Hey guys, MarvelFan45 here, and before we even start this video, I just want to shout out Dion Wynn, who helped me find out about Abel Ferrara and told me where to start, so thank you for getting me addicted to his films. I'm only 3 films in now. I'm going to talk about all 3 in this video. But yeah, thank you. I'm just really happy I got into his stuff. But yeah, let's begin the video. So I'll be talking about Abel Ferrara. I just want to go over the 3 films of his I've seen and just talk about how much I love his stuff. Like, I'm not even fully through his filmography, and I already know he's one of my favorite directors. So yeah, let's start off with the film I first watched, Miss 45. So, this film is completely different from the other 2 films on this list in a lot of ways. But yeah, the story is pretty simple. A woman is walking home, she basically gets beaten up, goes insane, and then proceeds to just go on crazy revenge type escapades, if that gives you an idea of what you're in for. But yeah, this has some of the most satisfying revenge you'll see in a film because there's one specific scene where it's just a montage of revenge, and 4 people corner her in a park, and you see her shoot all 4 simultaneously. It's just perfect. The cinematography is actually outstanding. Like, the use of blues and the use of sort of neon at times is really interesting. It weirdly reminded me of Thief, which came out the same year in terms of cinematography. It's just a really great revenge film. Like, Zoe Lund as the lead gives an outstanding performance. I mean, there are some scenes, especially the final scene, where she's just perfect. The final scene at the party is just perfection. Also, the song at the party is perfect too. I now have that on repeat. But yeah, it's just an amazing revenge film. It's also one of my favorite films, mainly because of how stylistic it is and how it uses a genre in an interesting way. It doesn't just do the cliche thing. But yeah, all 3 of these are in my favorite films, and each one just got better than the other. But yeah, Miss 45, I loved it. It's exactly my kind of film. Be warned though, it's sleazy, it's gross, it's disgusting, but that's what I love about it. It has this sleazy, just brutal atmosphere to it. If you like that type of thing, definitely watch it. If you don't, stay far away from it. But yeah, now the second film I liked even better than Miss 45, 444 Last Days on Earth. So, the story is pretty simple. As the title says, it's the last days on Earth, and it's Willem Dafoe, and I forgot her name. Her name is Skye in the movie. And they're in their apartment, and you just see what happens and what they do on the last days of Earth. But yeah, this is probably the most emotional film on this list. The ending had me in tears. I mean, I didn't expect it to, but it hit me hard. But yeah, again, direction-wise, it's outstanding. Like, the direction gives you this sense the time is passing by quicker than it is, even though it's a slow movie. Like, there are like 2-minute long scenes of just sky painting, and it never feels long. But yeah, it's just a really interesting film. Again, Dafoe gives an amazing performance. So does the girl who plays Skye. I wish I remembered her name. The climax is... It would be my favorite Ferrara well, okay, that's hard to pick because I love all 3. It might be my favorite climax of Ferrara films. Like, it's just perfect. It's silent, it's beautiful, it gets its point across perfectly. And the way he directs it too, it has this sense of... It uses the color blue throughout the entire film, and it establishes this melancholy feeling throughout. but it's also sort of happy because in the end, when the event happens, it's just sort of it just fades out, if that makes sense. But yeah, 444 Last Days on Earth, I liked it even better than Miss 45. It's also on my favorites list. Now, the one that'll probably be on my top 10 this year, and is in my top 10 at this point, New Rose Hotel. I adore this film. I just adore it. I'm already preparing for a rewatch. So first off, the plot. So basically there's this not really gangster, this crime person, I'll just say, called Fox, who wants to get this scientist to go work for him, but he won't accept any money. So he uses a woman to lure him in. And then I won't say anything from there. But yeah, this film is just perfect. Like, it's just perfect. Like, I think the best description I've heard of it is an erotic cyberpunk thriller, which is exactly what it is. It's hard to describe, but I'll just start off with the score. Scully D's score is outstanding. It fits this mood the film is going for perfectly. Like, I won't spoil the opening credits for you because that's a perfect surprise. Because you think it's one type of song, then it flips into another, and it's just perfect. But yeah, score-wise it's perfect. Direction-wise it's actually extremely interesting. So the way he films it is like the characters are being filmed. Like, they're being videotaped and followed, if that makes sense. Throughout the film, everyone is being watched and you can tell. It's just perfect. The way he uses reds and greens in the opening club scene is perfect. I mean, all the colors in this movie are perfect. And then his use of blues as well is perfect. And how he goes... I can't say that. That would be a spoiler. The ending scene is filmed perfectly. Not gonna spoil the ending if you haven't seen it. It's just a perfect ending, in my opinion. But it's just got this feeling to it. Most films don't really reach for me. So what I loved about this was it had the sleaziness of Miss 45, but also had the emotion of 444, which was really interesting to me. Like, it's crazy he could mix that and actually make this. But just go see this film. Like, I don't want to spoil anything else because, again, if you haven't seen it, please see it. But it's also got a really interesting love story too. The scene in Berlin not before the end, near the middle, is perfect. Like, I just love that scene. When Willem Dafoe starts shouting, it's just perfect. Oh, and the cast is amazing. Christopher Walken, Willem Dafoe, Ozzy Argento, all of them are amazing in the film. Like, they're all perfect. I mean, I don't really know what to call this film besides perfect. At this moment, it would be in my top 10 of all time. I'm gonna give it a rewatch. But yeah, I just adore this film. Please go see all three of these films, actually. They're all perfect, in my opinion. Well, they're not, like, perfect films, if that makes sense, but they're perfect in my eyes, like, subjectively. And we're not even going to talk about subjectively, objectively here. But yeah, this was fun to do, and again, expect more videos. In terms of what I'm watching next, I'm actually planning to get to Mary, which is directed by Abel Ferrara, which really has my interest. My first film in the Criterion Challenge, which should be good. There was another one, sorry, just The Age of Innocence by Scorsese. I'm actually really curious to see that one. It has my curiosity in a weird way. I can't really describe it. It just sounds like my kind of film. I'm gonna rewatch most of Paul Thomas Anderson's films, Boogie Nights, a masterpiece. Phantom Thread, a masterpiece. I mean, I could go on. PTA is just a master of his craft. And then Femme Fatale by Brian De Palma. I've actually been really interested to check that one out. It's been described as a Lynchian type film, which is surprising, so I'm planning to check it out. And then, oh yeah, the Universal Soldier series. I'm actually really curious to check that out, mainly for Day of Reckoning, which I've heard is really good. But yeah. Oh, and then RoboCop by Paul Verhoeven. I don't know why, I just want to check it out. Oh, and another thing, sorry, I keep remembering things. A Wachowski Sisters marathon. I'm gonna do that soon. I love their films. The Matrix is one of my favorites. I love Bound. Speed Racer is obviously a masterpiece. I even like The Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions, but I haven't seen Jupiter Ascending. It has my morbid curiosity, so I can't wait to check it out. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and stay safe, stay quarantined, and have a good day.